This is a notebook promised to make you very productive wherever you go. And the thing is, it attaches behind your phone. Is this even necessary? This is the Moft Snap Flow, first seen on Kickstarter and garnered funding so quickly. I guess the concept of this wasn't as far-fetched as you think. A lot of people wanted it. Yes, we now live in this world where you stick a notebook at the back of your phone. I was part of the beta test for the Snap Flow, so Moft did send over this little boy. But it is not a sponsored video, so I can say whatever I want, but this video is sponsored by Phomemo. More on them later on. The material is made out of their Movas leather that you'll be seeing in other Moft products like the phone tripod stand. And speaking of, this also has a tripod in the back. It comes in several different colorways and I chose the taupe and sunset color. Opening this up, you have the invisible pen that you fold to use. This is the canvas where you put your paper refills, and eventually where you put your random ideas. On this side, you have the reminder board. Your to-do list lies here and is held by a magnetic flap. Behind it, you can archive papers that you eventually want to transfer digitally or in a bigger notebook. Here are the different paper refills. It comes in 4 different papers: plain, sticky notes, dotted, and a to-do list. Each refill has 16 pieces that have 20 pages each. And you can also buy the invisible pen when you run out of ink. It made me really excited, but of course I'm always a skeptic. And plus, I already have 3 other Moft stands, which I am already satisfied with. After 3 months of using the Moft Snap Flow, can I even recommend this to anyone? But before I even get to that, why was this product even created in the first place? It's no secret that your attention is the currency of marketers on the internet. And so we've seen a rise of people really pushing for using analog things like notebooks, typewriters, and even older tech like the iPod. And even though it is very convenient to have all of these apps and features at the palm of your hand, it can be damaging to your mental state. And I'm honestly for this movement. I want to participate in going back into simpler times. I think there are some things that the phone just does not do well for me, and that includes note-taking. In the beginning of this video, I did mention that I was part of the beta test, and I've already given my feedback form to Moft. And even after that, I continued using it every single day, even though I didn't have to. And I found out some other things that I didn't really like about it, so let's talk about that. Starting with the pen. Ergonomically, it's pretty okay to use. I mean, it is meant to be used for short periods of time. I just don't like the fact that there is no cover for the tip, and it has left marks on the Snap Flow and even on my phone case. On the canvas side, this is where you put the notepad, and once you've filled up the page and you want to write on the back of that page, you have to rip it, and you have nowhere else to put it but on the reminder board. But what if you have a to-do list there already? It'll be covered, or you put that behind of said to-do list. And now with this in mind, it also seems that Moft makes these papers to be used on only one side, which I honestly think it's a waste of paper. You'll see that there's no print on the back. On the reminder board, I think the flap is a little bit too big and covers a chunk of the paper, which is already precious space. Lastly, this may be a con for some people, but I personally don't mind, but I do want to mention that it can be a little bit chunky, especially if you have a fresh set of papers. Interestingly enough, I did find that the Moft phone tripod stand is a little bit heavier compared to the Snap Flow, even with the new deck of papers and archived notes. Before I get into the things that I love about the Snap Flow, if you notice, I've been using a printer this entire video. That's the Phomemo M08F, today's sponsor. It's an inkless, thermal, and portable printer. I brought this with me in my most recent trip to LA to see how portable it is, and without a doubt, this thing is so light and easy to use. It uses monochrome inkless print technology, but does require thermal paper. I like using this for personal use, especially as a host. I like to print my scripts just in case that the production doesn't have their own printer or it fails on them. It's a nice backup to have. So if you want to get your own, use the code BEEFMOMMY for a 10% discount. Link in the description below. Now let's get to the things that I love about the Snap Flow. I found that it's a good supplementary to my main notebook, which already had a to-do list, but I found that it was more effective on the Snap Flow because of just how accessible it truly is. And honestly, the monumental impact of the Snap Flow on my daily life made my previous complaints about it seem so insignificant. It has earned its place as being part of my productivity system, as a to-do list and random idea notebook. I really tried to go back to just the tripod wallet, but I felt incomplete. And I love the fact that you can put one card in here too, which is the best of both worlds. And now here comes my favorite part, the price. Ugh, I can already see the comment section. It's expensive, but at the time of this recording, it is at $39, so there is a 20% discount, but I do believe that there's an even bigger discount this November, so if you really want the Moft Snap Flow, now is the best time to get that before the sale ends. I'm always an advocate of getting things on a discount. But at this point, I think y'all already know me, so if I do find any significant value in an item, I will spend some money on it. But if you have bought Moft products in the past, then this price point wouldn't really surprise you. Refills are priced at $9, but you get a lot out of the box. With the way things are going now in this world of excess, we're trying to claw our way out of this digital mess. And I'm seeing that a lot of people are trying to go back to simpler times. And I think this notebook definitely provides that simplicity that I need. It's time to take control of our mind again.